Hello there, Year 3. How are you today? Did you enjoy the book yesterday? It's a really good, interesting book, isn't it? I love The Hodgehog. Like I said yesterday, it's one of my favourite books. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at writing descriptions of settings. But before we start, you must make sure you've listened to chapters 4 and 5 on the other video. If you haven't done that yet, you must stop this video and do that first, okay? But if you have done it, let's continue. So today we're going to write an effective description of a story setting, and you're going to be evaluating your own writing, okay? Now let's have a look. Features of a setting. Making sure that you've read chapters 4 and 5. Which settings are described in the chapters that you listened to today? That's right, it was the road and the park. Now, did you notice when you were watching the video that the word park has got a capital? That's because to the hedgehogs, it is a proper noun. It's the name of a place, a really important place. But they probably don't realise there's many parks in the world. But to them, it's a really special place. Now, what I'd like you to do, can you remember all of the things that a description of a setting should include? Can you remember from yesterday? Quickly write down all those things that you can remember from yesterday. Pause the video here and have a go at that now. Welcome back. What did you get down? Fantastic. We need to make sure that we need to make sure that we describe what can be seen. We need to make sure that we can describe what can be heard. Describe what can be felt. We need to use adjectives to describe the atmosphere, how it feels. We need to describe the time of day. And we can use that by using that word that we had yesterday, dusk. Do you remember? Dusk or dawn. And dawn is when the sun is coming up. Dusk is when the sun is going down. Or at night time, you could say the full moon was out. Or in the middle of the day, you could say midday. But it's important to include the time of the day. And describing the weather and using different types of sentences. Did you get all those? Well done if you did. Now, you're going to be writing your own description of the park. It's very exciting because we have a wonderful park near school, don't we? And hopefully you're getting to go there quite a lot at the moment. Now, by writing your description of the park, you should use a combination of things that are mentioned in the text, so the story that we're reading at the moment, and your own ideas. Now, to plan our description of the park, I want you to read pages 39 to 41, and I've attached them onto the worksheet. So you have your worksheet first, and then you have pages 39 to 41. I want you to read those pages, and then I want you to fill out the planning a description of the park worksheet. Okay, so I want you to pause the video here, find your worksheet, read pages 39 to 41, and then start to fill out your description. Do that now. Welcome back. How did you get on with that? I bet you got loads of fabulous ideas down. Right, let's have a look. Okay. So, did you find these things? What time of day was it? That's right, it was evening because the full moon was out. And what sounds could Max hear? We couldn't hear any traffic because the noise and the stink of the traffic were left behind because it was night time. We knew it was night time because the full moon was out. But he could hear the splashing of the water at the fountain, mice scuttling away from him, and he heard snakes slithering as well in the grass, and he heard frogs plopping into the lily pond. Did you get those? Did you get anything different as well? Brilliant, you're so good at this. Now, what did Max see? Well, he saw a wide stretch of grass. He saw a bandstand, and a bandstand is a building that doesn't have any walls. It has a roof, and it's normally in the middle of a park, and it's sometimes circular, and bands would go and stand on there and play their music a long time ago, and people would come to the park and sit around the bandstand to listen to the music. That's what a bandstand is. He could also see a fountain, a lily pond, mice, snakes, and ornamental gardens. That means the trees are cut into certain shapes and things are designed to look beautiful in there. And he could see frogs. Did you get those things as well? Brilliant. You're great at finding those things in the text. Now, what emotions did he feel? He felt really joyful, didn't he? Because he cries, hip, hip, hooray! He was also really curious because he was shoveling his snout into everything. He was snuffling and sniffing and finding out all these new smells in the park that he was in. Now, I'd like you to use your imagination to add your own ideas for vocabulary about what Max might have seen, heard, or felt in the park onto the planning sheet. I want you to pause the video here and I want you to do that now. Welcome back. Did you get lots of ideas down? Oh, you're so good. Okay. Now, you're going to be writing a description of the park, okay? Now, before you start writing the description of the park, at the end of your worksheets that you've got today, you have a features of a story setting checklist. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your description of the park, and I want you to use the checklist to help you. I want you to have a look at the checklist and make sure you've got all those key elements into your description, okay? I want you to now pause the video and I want you to go away and have a go at writing a fabulous description of the park. You can use ideas from the story and you can use your own ideas. Remember to use that checklist to help you to write down emotion, time of the day, things that you might see, things that you might hear. Remember to use fabulous adjectives to describe those things. I can't wait to see your setting description of the park. They're going to be fantastic. Good luck, Year 3, and enjoy writing.